Good afternoon, and welcome to the Street Artist Steelers News Show. We're going to discuss last Thursday's win and what we took away from it, and we'll discuss our upcoming game with the Green Bay Packers. But first, let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room. All NFL wide receivers love attention. They have long been the prima donnas of the league. A good end zone celebration is what they crave, even if they didn't score the touchdown. Most receivers can't wait to get some extra camera time, and you all know exactly what I mean. But what's the deal with our young wide receiver George Pickens? He casually jogged off the field, as opposed to celebrating with his teammate Deontay Johnson after his touchdown against the Tennessee Titans. It was actually Deontay's first touchdown in 655 days, and you can't even congratulate him? I can clearly tell what the problem is. He was upset for not being targeted more. He ended the game with 2 catches for -1 yard. But not celebrating with your teammate is ridiculous, George. It only shows a selfish attitude. Here in Pittsburgh, we know all too well about prima donna wide receivers, as in one Antonio Brown. Don't take a page out of his book. If you want to take a page of any of our former Steelers players or in receivers, take a page from Lynn Swann, John Stallworth, or Hines Ward. The first 2 are Hall of Famers, and the last one will be enshrined one day, and he's basically considered the best blocking receiver in the history of the game. But are we making too much of George Pickens' attitude, or should the Steelers actually be concerned? You hate to see a player be such a poor teammate. Not a great look, and more division is the last thing a struggling offense needs. George, you are an incredible talent, and you should be happy at being blessed to play for NFL royalty. Let's not be like Antonio. Let's be more like Hines. Now, moving right along to the last game against the Titans. Yes, we got a win, and the running game was thorough. But I'm really concerned about Kenny Pickett now. I've given Matt Canada hell for being what I believe is a terrible offensive coordinator, but he can't run out on the field and make decisions for Kenny, nor can he throw a pass for him either. Kenny is missing too many throws. He must be better than what he is right now. We keep blaming Matt Canada and the offensive line, but some accountability needs to be clearly on his shoulders. I think that we need someone who may have been a former Steeler offensive coach or quarterback to come in and help him grow. Even Big Ben could come in and mentor him. I think that he has the tools, but he hasn't made the jump that I expected him to make this year from last year. But now let's move over to the running game. We ran for more than 160 yards against the Titans. Najee Harris has 60-plus yards and a touchdown, and Jaylen Warren rushed for 88 yards on 11 carries. This needs to be the focus going forward for the rest of the season. That is Steelers football. Hard-nosed defense, bruising running game, and a quarterback that don't mess it up. Keep feeding Najee and Jaylen the ball no matter what. Our football lives depend on that. Now let's talk about our injuries next. My thoughts and prayers go out to linebacker Cole Holcomb, who suffered a season-ending injury against the Titans. I hope you make a full recovery, my brother. Nose tackle Montravius Adams also suffered an ankle injury in that game as well. Adams started his 8th straight game at nose tackle on Thursday. He was replaced by rookie Keanu Benton after leaving with injury. We also got 3 key players back from injury. Cam Hayward returned to the starting lineup after missing 6 games following core muscle surgery. Cornerback Levi Wallace returned after missing 1 game with a foot injury, and Kenny Pickett is still nursing a rib injury. Pickens said that he was not limited by the injury at all, so that's a good sign. There is currently no timeline for Minkah Fitzpatrick's return. Now let's look ahead to this week's game. This week, the Steelers are preparing to host the Green Bay Packers in Week 10 with kickoff set for Sunday, November 12th at 1 p.m. The Steelers are currently favored by 3 points, and I completely agree with that analysis. The last time these two teams met was back in 2021, and when they did, these two teams look really different. Pittsburgh had Ben Roethlisberger under center, while the Packers had Aaron Rodgers, both having since looked toward the future at the position with quarterbacks Kenny Pickett and Jordan Love respectively. The Steelers enter Week 10 with a 5-3 record, tied with the Browns for second place in the division, 2 games behind the Ravens. Coming off of one of their most convincing offensive performances of the season, with a season-high 31.7% first down rate and an average of 36.22 yards per gain on each drive. The Packers have been up and down on their own. Entering the week coming off of what was just their 3rd win of the season in Week 9. It's been a bit of a mixed bag this year in Love's first season as a starting quarterback following the trade of Aaron Rodgers to the Jets. To date, he's completed just 58% of his passes for 1,492 passing yards, 11 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions. That 58% completion rate, that's dead last among quarterbacks with at least 150 attempts, while his 78.2 NFL passer rating ranked 5th lowest in the NFL. Now, with all that being said, I have the Steelers winning the game 24-17. This is Professor Cass, reporting for the Street Artist News Show. Peace.